ground and pound. The Rams are #1 in rushing yards, going up against the Texans, who will need to be strong up front.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Houston Texans. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down. First carry for Lamar Miller. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. From the gun, here's Watson. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. A first down carry now for Miller. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Let's go!
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Here's Watson. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. There he goes right side. 30. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On second down, here's Watson. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. But they face a second and long to start things out. Out of the gun, Watson. He's to the 10, and this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive, so they'll be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the...
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Point after here coming up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the games we circled coming into the season, the Patriots at the Broncos. These two certainly have played some memorable games in recent years.
They sure have.
And tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 10 with the Dolphins heading up to visit the Panthers. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
That good for 19 and a first down. On first down, gone. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two. Shy of the 30. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Throwing on third, gone. And got a man, it's Woods. That one goes for 24 yards.
And yes, home is where the heart is. And for Robert Woods, it's Los Angeles. He played college football at USC right here in this stadium.
And probably feels comfortable out there. He was an All-American as a Trojan in 2011.
Yeah, really trained to be an NFL player. I mean, he watched a lot of NFL cut-ups and tapes of wide receivers while he was in college before joining them on this stage.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Gurley again here on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So on 4th down, Goff will yield to Greg Zuerlein for the field goal try. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. He's still on his feet. Lamar Miller, the 30, 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That's an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And his throw is incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And now it's 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Out of the gun, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll be a gain of 9. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And he's got his target. It's Austin for the Rams touchdown. Tavon Austin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams are in for 6. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. So we come upon him. And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Again, they run with Gurley. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, L.A. Tavon Austin, 77 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Again, it's Miller. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On 1st and 10, Watson steps away to his left, and he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Now a first down throw, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. A big-time play there for the Texans. 43 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's Watson, option left. And now running right through it. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
To throw is Watson. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Mark Barron coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it fights through one man. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. Space to maneuver at the 40. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and the organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Another carry now for Gurley. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That good for 19 at a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Goff. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Goff finding fellow second-year man Higbee for a Rams first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now it's Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. Open space inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That good for 22 and a 1st down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. A shotgun snap for Goff. Now look at this. this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now a handoff to Miller. Big hold of the 30. Lamar Miller. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 83 yards. And the Texans can take the lead with an extra point. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do.
This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Christian Covington in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll look to throw. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that leads to a Los Angeles first down. He's back to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley with time running out. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the fourth. So they're going to go for two. Now Goff. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So it'll be first down here after the run. He'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. So the D gets the sack on first, and now it brings up second down. One last throw here for Watson. Ellington has it, middle of the field. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Los Angeles, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. There they will